This is the Draft Guys podcast with Peyton and Niko on your platform providers for podcasts. And we're coming at you live today with a Houston Texans 3-round mock draft, part of our mock draft series. You see the free agents on the screen. P. Dunn, what comes to mind?
Yeah, the rich get richer on defense. Obviously made a couple really good signings. Wyatt Teller was a need at the interior, that offensive line that they got, and I think is a high floor player. Obviously aging, not the same player he was, but that's not what they're looking for. On a 2-year, $16 million a year, I think they're going to get a really good player for that value. I will say, as we head into the mock draft, this team outside of interior defensive line was the number two need that I had for them. So that's something I'm definitely going to be looking to address.
Just as you have it there, my number one, interior offensive line. My number three, defensive tackle number one. They need it super bad. I think that they also need another offensive tackle, edge three, and then BPA for this team. They have a lot of really good things going on in their secondary. Can we supplement what they have on the explosion part of the offense? They made some moves. David Montgomery trade. We'll see what they can do in this 3-round mock draft. First pick coming at pick number 28. See what the machine can give us. Oh, okay. Throwing us curveballs from the start. Avion
Yeah.
Terrell is on the board. They have so much secondary greatness going on. But you look at the board, okay, CJ Allen here, Kristen Miller, we love mocking him here. Really
Mhm.
good player. Looking down the board a little bit more, and it looks like some of our offensive tackles have gone off the board. Same type of story here coming where they're kind of gone. Let's look at that really quickly, that interior offensive line. I don't think we're going to reach for any of those guys in the first round. Defensive tackles, Caden McDonald is there. They're not running that nose tackle 3-4. They're a 4-3. So it could be interesting because that kind of rules out Caden McDonald and Lee Hunter, if you will. Pete Dunn, you see the screen. What are you thinking here?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm in the war room for the Texans and they don't walk out of this 28 spot, especially with not a lot on the offensive line available without Christian Miller out of Georgia, I would probably disassociate myself with the franchise. This is a incredibly high floor player at a really a really, really important position of need. And so I think he's automatically your best defensive tackle right now. And getting that at 28 for a team that already has such a good defense, he's a perfect fit in that 4-3 system with those two edge rushers outside of him. This is an A+ pick if he falls here at 28.
100%. We're on the same wavelength there. Christian Miller is definitely going to go here at 28. We'll move to their second pick of this 3-round mock draft with their 4 picks that they have. Okay. So you got some other guys. You got the two really good corners and in this range on the board at Cisse and Hood. TJ Parker continues to fall a little bit. They do need that edge three. They do need BPA, as we wrote down. Is there anything else that I'm thinking of? We'll look really quickly at the interior. The interior has not moved, so Pregnon could be a fit here. Chase Basantis also. Yeah, I don't think we're going to go for any of those guys in the offensive tackle. Anthony Hill, Josiah Trotter, the linebacker spots. Maybe they could go a linebacker. Pete, on what comes to mind for you?
TJ Parker almost seems too good to be true for this team as an edge three. Um, I don't know if they'd be willing to do this. I think if it was going to be any position on defense, it would be TJ Parker here. Pregnon feels like a great spot for that interior of that offensive line. He feels like probably the guy I would go with. Parker's more fun. Pregnon is the more important pick. So I think that's where I'm leaning here. What are you thinking?
Yeah, Pregnon coming in at my number 41 player on the board. He's going to come in my interior offensive lineman number three. That's because I have Keenan Proctor ranked as the two, as more of a guard that's going to transition from that tackle spot. But yeah, Pregnon's going to come right behind him. And I think that for the value, yeah, 38. I think we're going to take him here at 38. I think it's the best thing to do. He's not going to be on the board for the next pick at 59. So we'll take him right here. And we'll see if we can maybe supplement any other position of need in this spot. And we'll look. Anthony Hill Jr. is on the board. They very okay. So Cassius Howell is here. Super interesting to see. Really would like that here.
Oh
Or
man.
Mason Thomas, a good football player in this slot. Could they go a tight end maybe? Joshua Josephs. I really like Joshua Josephs. Derek Moore. I feel like they would have to take one of those guys with one of these two picks here. Pete, on what's coming to your mind at this spot?
I'll tell you what, the fall off. from, I mean, Jadarian Price has to be the pick, right? Like we haven't even talked about him. He's the best running back in that room. David Montgomery's old and coming off injury, right? This has been a awful, awful running back room for the last few years. Terrible running back room. Putting Jadarian Price in this Texans offense makes CJ Stroud so much better, makes that defense more capable of what they're able to do with the clock management, being able to actually run the ball, maximizes the ability of what that defense can do. Man, I feel like that has to be the pick. I think he'd be in consideration for the first, second round pick that they had.
Yeah, this is going to be the pick for us, Janarian Price. Something to note, Mike Washington is there, really good football player, but I think Janarian Price is a little bit more of a Texan when I'm looking at him. Yeah, it's not going to come as a guy who's going to be in one of their needs, but it's BPA, and that is one of their needs. We'll take that pick all day long. Janarian Price going to go here at 59, and we'll move to their next pick, seeing what they can do. Do they have any of those same guys on the board? Okay, so it looks like some guys fell off, or Mason Thomas could be a great edge number 3 NASCAR package guys you throw in there. Derek Moore is on the board. Joshua Josephs. Really like this edge kind of pool that you see here. I don't know if they'll go linebacker, could go corner, but they're really good at that spot. I'm not seeing anything else. I don't think you're going to add anything. Pete, how do you feel about our Mason Thomas at this spot?
I'm totally with it. I would be tempted by Ramsey, but obviously they've added to that safety room. I think without a, a center on the board that I'm tempted by, I think our Mason Thomas is the pick here.
Yeah, really good pick. We love him. We have a reel on him. We really think that he can fit next to, of course, Danielle Hunter and what they have with Will Anderson. It's going to be super cool to see. That'll knock this draft out. This is one of the better drafts that we've done on the pod. We don't care about the ranks that this site is giving us because you go and you get Kristen Miller, you get Emmanuel Pregnon, you get Jadarian Price or Mason Thomas. Pete, how can the fans feel about this?
Incredible. I mean, everything that you saw last year, the rich get richer. Truly. Like your biggest weaknesses were defensive tackle, offensive line as a whole, and then running back. And you got the second best running back. You got probably the highest floor, actually 100% the highest floor defensive tackle, and you got a really good guard. And then you got a crazy NASCAR package guy. I mean, the rich get richer truly with this draft. This is an incredible add to this roster. I mean, going against that defense last year was scary. They only got better. Like this defense only got better.
In Pete original predictions to make it to the Super Bowl, that was the Houston Texans. Maybe they'll actually make it this year in a super weak AFC South. We thank you guys so much for tuning in.